you all. Thank you, Carl. It's lovely to be here. I'm Nina Ritchie. I'm a folk singer and songwriter from Nashville, Tennessee. And this is my second time in Missouri. I did play in Silver Dollar City last year. And the funny thing is Carl was in the audience, and after he came up and said, it was like you were auditioning for my house concert series. So he gained a performer, and I gained a very nice gig. All right, I'm going to start off with a song you might know. It's called Wildwood Flower. It's by the Carter Family. I will twine with my needles of raven black hair, with the roses so red and the lilies so fair, the myrtle so bright with its emerald hue, and the pale amarita, her nice lips so blue. I will dance, I will sing, and my laugh shall be. I will charm every heart, in his crown I will sway. When I woke from my dream, and all idols was clay, and all portions of love it had all flown away. Well, he taught me to love him and promised to love, and to cherish me over all others above. How my poor heart is wondering, no misery can tell. He left me no warning, no words of farewell. Well, he taught me to love him and called me his flower, that was blooming to cheer him through life's weary hours. How I long to see him and regret the dark hour. He's gone and neglected his fair wildwood flower. Appreciate that a lot. Well, I'm inspired to sing this next song because there's some cats sitting outside the door, I think. I sang this one last night for Carl and Ronnie and Reggie, who are here as well. And it's called Kitty Alone and I picked this one up. It is, St. Patrick's Day is coming up, so I'll say that there are Irish origins to this song. And I heard it from a guy named Tom Brusso out in North Dakota, where I was last year performing in Medora. And I fell in love with the song, and I thought, I gotta learn this. And I didn't know the history behind it either. So he told me that it was a Carter family song, but that it had come from Ireland, come over here, and it had been changed a bit. It's written from the perspective of a guy who is in love with his girlfriend Kitty and excited about taking her on a date. And they are both square dancers. This one gets pretty fun at Dollywood when I sing it, because the kids, whenever they have seen me once, they'll request this song and they'll just say, cat. Kitty. And recently I played it in Florida, and I saw a couple out in the audience, and they started square dancing, so that was very cool. And if you can find a place on the floor, you are welcome to square dance. All right, here goes. alone, Kitty's got a date. Kitty alone, Kitty alone, Kitty alone tonight. Promenade and do-si-do, cheek to cheek and toe to toe. Kitty alone, Kitty alone, Kitty alone tonight. You wanna see her clap her hands when they play old Sally Ann. Kitty alone, Kitty alone, Kitty alone tonight. Take your money if you bet, never miss one single cent. Kitty alone, Kitty alone, Kitty alone tonight. Dance all night to the break of day. Don't care what the old folks say. Kitty alone, Kitty alone, Kitty alone tonight. Promenade and do-si-do, cheek to cheek and toe to toe. Kitty alone, Kitty alone, Kitty alone tonight. If she would only marry me, oh how happy we could be. Kitty alone, Kitty alone, Kitty alone tonight. Teach our kids to dance and play, driving all our blues away. Kitty alone, Kitty alone, Kitty alone tonight. Tomorrow night and I just can't wait. Me and Kitty's got a date. Kitty alone, Kitty alone, Kitty alone tonight. Promenade and do-si-do, cheek to cheek and toe to toe. Kitty alone, Kitty alone, Kitty alone tonight. Kitty alone, Kitty alone, Kitty alone tonight. Well, I am a folk singer, and I started playing folk music when I was about 16 years old. And I had stumbled onto it in kind of a funny way. My dad was a songwriter, and he had moved us to Nashville when I was 18 months old. So I'm pretty much a native there, and I always have to answer people funny because I was actually born in Atlanta but raised in Nashville. So pretty much a native. Well, he liked a lot of different music than was being played in Nashville because he was from Rhode Island. He was one of those northeastern Yankees. And my mom was a Southern belle. And so I listened to both of their different types of music, and he had a lot of cassettes in his collection, and I would sneak in there and pull some cassettes out and take them to my room and listen to them and think, that sounds terrible. Well, after a while, I started to adjust my ears to listening to something that was not pop music. And one of the people that I listened to was Bob Dylan. Any Bob Dylan fans in here? Woohoo! I like to kind of pull the crowd sometimes. Even if you don't like Bob Dylan, you might know this song because Peter, Paul, and Mary covered it, and a lot of other people. It's called Don't Think Twice. It's all right, and I'll probably bring up Bob Dylan throughout the evening because he has a lot to do with why I like folk music, I guess. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. It out your window and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on, but don't think twice, it's alright. Ain't no use in turning on your light, babe, the light I never know. It ain't no use in turning on your light. I'm on the dark side of the road. Still I wish there was something you would do or say to try and make me change my mind and stay. But we never did too much talking anyway, so don't think twice, it's alright. It ain't no use in calling out my name, babe, like you never did before. It ain't no use in calling out my name, I can't hear you anymore. I'm thinking and wondering all the way down the road. I once loved a young man, a child I'm told. I give him my heart, but he wanted my soul. I said no, don't think twice, it's alright. So long, honey, babe, where I'm bound, I can't tell. Goodbye is too good a word, so I'll just say fare thee well, well. I ain't saying you treated me unkind, you could have done better, but well, I don't mind, and you just kind of wasted my precious time. But don't think twice, it's alright. No, don't think twice, it's alright. I said no, don't think twice, it's alright. It's alright. Well, thank you very much. Well, one of the first folk songs that I learned was a song called I Never Will Marry. And why are you applauding that? It happens to be my mom's favorite song, and I still haven't figured out why. Maybe she wants to keep me around a little longer. I'm just not really sure, but I'm getting a little worried, Mom. Well, this song was actually recorded by a lot of different people. Pete Seeger, which was kind of odd because he was a man singing the song, and it's really traditionally a woman's song. And Linda Ronstadt, and I've begun to think maybe I should stop singing this song because Linda Ronstadt never had any kids or never got married, and so, I mean, it might be a bad omen, I don't know, it might be a bad thing to sing it. I don't know, I like it a lot though. So I was a 16-year-old kid living in the suburbs of Nashville, and everything around me was country music, and I listened to country music and I liked it. But when I hit the folk music, I really loved that. And so this is an old English folk song. And it, for some reason, touched me. I had no idea. 16 years old? That doesn't make any sense that such an old song would touch somebody, but it did. All right, here it is. It's a real sad one. But it's not so sad if you realize that it's a woman who is... the guy isn't worthy of her, and she loves him, and she will be faithful to him and true, even if she never gets to marry him. Some say that love is a gentle thing, but it only has brought me pain. For the only boy I ever loved has gone on that midnight train. I never will marry. I'll be no man's wife. I expect to live single all the days of my life. There's many a change in the weather, dear, and in the clouds' design. Many a change in a young man's heart, but never a change in mine. I never will marry. I'll be no man's wife. I expect to live single all the days of my life. The train pulled out and the whistle blew with a low and a lonesome sound. He's gone like morning dew, and left me here behind. I never will marry. I'll be no man's wife. I expect to live single all the days of my life. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Thank you very much. I don't know if you're supposed to applaud for sad songs. I don't know. Well, along the time I was discovering folk music, and really this was the catalyst for it, I was listening to Bruce Springsteen, of all people, the boss. And my mom had recommended him because I was listening to a lot of different rock music, and she was probably trying to divert me and try to get me in a different direction of music, I'm sure. And so I started listening to Bruce, and I really liked his lyricism, and I started to find out that he was actually part of the folk scene of the 70s, a little bit late to the game, but he was still a big Pete Seeger fan. I didn't know a whole lot about Pete, but I was just picking up different Bruce Springsteen albums from the local library in Donaldson, where I'm actually from. And I found this one album that was kind of under the radar. It's called The Seeger Sessions We Shall Overcome. And it was just a collection of folk songs that he had arranged for his big band. He had like all kinds of instruments, and probably a lot of them are around the room here. Some clarinet, some mandolin, some saxophone, and some, everything. And I just love that kind of montage of different American music, and it touched me so much. I just wanted to become a folk singer and not a rock singer, because I actually thought I was going to be an electric lead guitar player. That was going to be my goal. I had the black guitar and the black leather jacket and everything. But I found out that wasn't really me. I really am a folk singer. So this is one of the songs that was on his album, and I learned it. It's called Froggy Went a Courtin'. Does anybody know that song? Woohoo! Yay! So usually people know about the first two verses of this one. And every once in a while I'll run into a teacher and they'll say, I just taught that to my kindergarten class as a poem. And a lot of times that's the case with folk songs. They were poems first, and then they were set to music. All right, so this one is about a frog who's in love with a mouse, the niece of a rat, and he's got to ask for permission to marry her. Froggy went a-courting and he did right, Froggy went a-courting and he did right, Froggy went a-courting and he did right with a sword and pistol by his side, Now he went down to Miss Mousie's door, He went down to Miss Mousie's door, He went down to Miss Mousie's door where he had often been before, Took Miss Mousie upon his knee, Said, Miss Mousie, will you marry me, Without my Uncle Rat's consent, I wouldn't marry the president, Now Uncle Ratty gave his consent, Uncle Ratty gave his consent, Uncle Ratty gave his consent, and the weasel wrote the publishment, Now where will the wedding supper be, Oh, where will the wedding supper be, Where will the wedding supper be? Oh, way down yonder in the holly tree, Now the first commune was a flying mold, First commune was a flying mold, First commune was a flying mold, and he laid out the tablecloth, Next commune was a Judy bug, Next commune was a Judy bug, Next commune was a Judy bug. She brought the whiskey in a water jug, Next commune was a big black snake, Next commune was a big black snake, Next commune was a big black snake. He chased them all into the lake, Little piece of cornbread laying on the shelf, Anybody love cornbread out here? Woohoo! Yay for cornbread. Little piece of cornbread laying on the shelf, Little piece of cornbread laying on the shelf. If you want to hear more, you can sing it yourself, If you want to hear more, you can sing it yourself, because it's already like 11 verses long. It's such a fun tune. Well, if anyone has questions along the way, y'all can just shout out at me. I am not against that, so definitely do. I'll tell you that I do sometimes sing at Dollywood in East Tennessee in Pigeon Forge. And I'll sing that song. Last year, or year before last, I was on this little stage. It's called the Stump Stage. And it was just perfect for that song because it talks about the tree that they're having the wedding party in. So I thought it was just right.